What's up, it's Chris Heria. Today I'm going to teach you how to do the perfect pull-up. The pull-up is one of the absolute best exercises for building strength and muscle in your upper back. It's personally one of my favorite exercises, and even being able to do just one is an amazing achievement, because once you can do one pull-up, you can easily turn that one pull-up into 10 pull-ups in a row. And I'll be showing you how to train for that specifically in today's video as well. And once you can do pull-ups, it's going to unlock the door to so many other advanced pulling exercises that you're going to be able to utilize in your workout routines to take your gains, strength, and performance to a whole new level. When you're not just looking strong, you're actually strong. And that's why you see pull-ups in so many top athletes' workout regimens. From pro fighters to gymnasts, pretty much any professional athlete is going to be utilizing the pull-up. And for good reason, as you're able to pull your entire body weight with every single rep, increasing your relative and your absolute strength. And the best thing about pull-ups is you can pretty much train them anywhere you have a place to hang. And by utilizing pull-up variations and progressions, it's like having access to a whole gym. But as beneficial as pull-ups are, there are still people that can't do them, whether they don't know how or where to start, or whether they're just doing them incorrectly. But regardless, today we're going to be solving both of those situations. And I'm going to have you do your first perfect pull-up today and show you how to increase your repetitions so that you're able to do a lot more. All you're going to need to do so that you can properly follow along is download the Heria Pro app in the App Store or Google Play Store. Open up to the YouTube workout section. You should be able to find this routine, smash the like button on this video, and we are ready to get started. Now, the primary muscle groups used in a pull-up is going to be your lats and your biceps, but we're also going to be recruiting and targeting our rear delts, our rhomboids, and our core with each pull-up repetition. Now, before I show you how to do your first perfect pull-up, I'm going to go for 5 reps, show you what it looks like, and then break it down for you. All right, so there we have the perfect pull-up. And what makes this pull-up perfect is the form on how you perform this exercise. Now, before I begin to show you exactly what you need to do to build your strength to be able to do your first perfect pull-up, let's go over the perfect pull-up checklist. First things first, you want to stand directly underneath the bar. We'll be working with different hand placements in the future, but for now, we're going to have our hands shoulder width or just outside of shoulder width. You're going to be gripping the bar with your palm forward and your thumb locking your fingers into place. You want a very solid grip on the bar. That alone makes your pull-ups a lot easier. And you're also only as strong as your weakest link, so you want to make sure to have a strong grip. Before you start your pull-ups, you want to be in a dead hang position with your body in a tight straight line, feet together and pointing your toes if you can, squeezing your glutes, engaging your core, your lats, with your chin facing up, a big chest, and retracting your scapulas. This is an active dead hang position, and this is the form you want to have at the beginning and ending of every single rep. Maintaining this form is also going to ensure that you're not swinging, so you're really able to focus on the intended muscle groups. And you want to maintain this perfect form and position with your body the entire duration of your pull-up repetitions until you come off the bar. Now, when you're ready to initiate your first rep, keeping perfect form in mind, you want to start off slightly lean back, engaging your back and your rear delts, which is going to allow a greater range of motion. You're going to be pulling to your chest versus straight up and down, which would only give you a range of motion towards your neckline. This is one of the main key points that makes this the perfect pull-up. A lot of times when you're doing pull-ups only up to your neck, you're not going to nearly see as much results, strength, and benefits from the pull-up versus if you were actually pulling up all the way to your chest with every single rep. So you want to make sure to be leaning a little bit back so that there's a clear movement path straight to your chest line. Initiating more of a row with your arms, like the opposite of a push-up, versus pulling straight up and down. Brings you right there. But if I rotate my arms down and in, and I use more of a rowing motion, lean back, well, you can go a lot higher than your chest line. So your main goal would be to pull all the way up while maintaining perfect form and have your chest reach the bar. And if you're just starting off doing your reps like this, you're gonna need to be as explosive as you can with every single rep. If you know you have the strength, but you're still having trouble with the range of motion to reach the bar to your chest, you need to be very mindful of the way that you're pulling. You can very well be just pulling straight up and not have your shoulders rotated and forward, scapulas pulled back, and pulling straight to your chest like a row. And those are the 4 main key points that are gonna have you unlock your perfect pull-up: having a solid grip on the bar, having an active dead hang with perfect form, engaging your entire body in a tight straight line, squeezing your glutes, core, and your back, chin up, chest up, and your legs tight together, pointing your toes. Third, leaning back, retracting your scapulas, and using a rowing motion to pull versus pulling straight up. And fourth, aiming to have at least your chest reach the bar with every single rep. Eventually, the more you do pull-ups this way and build up your perfect pull-up repetitions, you're gonna get a whole lot more skilled and stronger at pulling, as I mentioned before. Eventually, you'll be able to pull up way higher than your chest line, something like this. But that, of course, comes with time and consistency. And now I want to get into exactly what you should be doing if you've never been able to do a pull-up before, or if you can't do one currently. The very first thing I want you to do is not to try to do pull-ups with a resistance band or anything like that, but to actually do the very first progression to the pull-up. That's going to be Australian pull-ups. So you want to find yourself a low bar. That could be a dip bar at a park, the Smith machine at a gym, or even 2 chairs at your house. Although it would be best to try it with a bar first before using chairs in your house. Let's go ahead and break down the Australian pull-up. It looks like this. So as you can see with the Australian pull-up, there's also many different variations, and using these different grips and hand positions are going to emphasize different areas of your back and just increase your overall pulling strength. So you want to make sure to be utilizing all the different grips and variations as well. Also, using the 21s method is another great way to build your Australian pull-up strength and your pulling strength overall, to prepare you for the real perfect pull-up as well as increase your repetitions once you can already do the pull-ups. The 21s method is doing 7 repetitions on 3 main ranges of motion. Doing 7 repetitions halfway up and halfway down, 7 halfway down and halfway up, and 7 repetitions full range of motion is going to ensure that you're strong from the bottom of your repetition all the way to the top, and building the strength needed for the last bit of range of motion to have the bar reach your chest. You can use this method with any grip or any pull-up variation as well, pretty much any other exercise that you really want to build some solid strength with. And just like the perfect pull-up with your Australian pull-ups, you also want to maintain perfect form, and it's the same exact form that you're going to use for your perfect pull-up as well. So let's break down that form live really quick. You want to start with a tight grip and start walking down, keeping the bar close to your body so that you know where your chest line is at. Right here is my chest line, so from here, I'm gonna lower my body all the way down. This is how I know that pulling right here to my chest is perfect form. I don't want my hips down, too low, and pulling like this. I want my core engaged, my scapula is engaged, my back engaged, super tight grip on the bar, squeezing my glutes and digging my heels into the ground, all the way up, all the way down. Now, absolutely anybody can do this exercise. Even your grandma can start doing this to start learning her first pull-up as well. What makes this exercise difficult is the angle. So if you start off with a very high angle like this, you're gonna have a lot less resistance. You'll be able to focus more on your form. It's a great place to start off, especially if you're a complete beginner that hasn't built a lot of strength. The lower you start to angle yourself, the more weight and resistance you begin to apply to this exercise. The lower the angle becomes, the more difficult the exercise becomes. Applying more resistance onto the exercise, but building more strength as well. And you're starting to row more resistance, which is also gonna get you a lot stronger. So you wanna scale this exercise. The stronger you get, you start to go lower and lower. A complete beginner can start off with just 3 reps wide, 3 reps shoulder width, and 3 reps closed. Do that for sets. Try doing that every single minute on the minute for at least 15 to 20 minutes. That's gonna greatly improve your repetition. And eventually you're gonna be able to do 5 wide, 5 shoulder width, and 5 closed, totaling 15 consecutive repetitions. And this is essentially how you build your repetitions. As I mentioned before, utilizing the different hand grips, also gonna increase your overall pulling capabilities a lot faster versus just pulling with one hand grip or position. It's also gonna allow you to do more repetitions consecutively, whether you otherwise couldn't in the same hand position as well. Use this technique to increase your pull-up repetitions from any progression, whether we're doing it from Australian pull-ups or even real pull-ups hanging on the bar. Now, while you're building your pulling strength with Australian pull-ups on the low bar, you want to be building your grip strength on the high bar with active dead hangs. I'm gonna get into the position so you know how to do it. We're gonna have our shoulders rounded forward, up, grab the bar, really tight grip, feet tight together, scapula is retracted, squeeze your core, and the harder you grip the bar, the less you're gonna swing. You just wanna hold this for time and build your endurance. Once you can hold that for a minute, you're gonna see how much easier it is to be able to do pull-ups, even if you can already do them. This is a huge game changer that really increases your pull-up repetitions, strength, and endurance. You also wanna make sure that you're doing scapula shrugs for repetitions. That's basically the first gear that you use when starting to initiate your pull-up repetition. The stronger and easier it is to retract your scapulas, the easier your pull-ups are gonna be. So you wanna get into a dead hang position, active dead hang, retracting your scapulas, and coming back down, making them nice and relaxed, but still keeping a tight grip on the bar, keeping your body in a tight straight line position. Activation of the scapulas, bring them back down. Come all the way up, then bring your shoulders down to your ears. Retract your scapulas all the way up. Try to be as nice and tall as you can. You don't want to bend your arms. You want to keep your arms straight. You're only pulling your body up by retracting your scapulas from your shoulders. So you wanna work on those. You can do reps of 10. Remember, I have the whole routine and guide on how to do all of this step by step. So all you need to do is just download the Harrier Pro app and follow along. Now, once you've been following along with the Harrier Pro app and you've been training your Australian pull-ups, your dead hangs, and your scapular shrugs for a while, it won't be long until you can do some jumping pull-ups. So I'm gonna go for a couple reps, show you what that looks like, and then break it down. And as you can see, I really emphasized on the negative portion of that movement. Like I always say, drilling the negative of any exercise is eventually gonna build your strength to be able to rep out that movement. So with your jumping pull-ups, you wanna keep the same perfect form, preparing yourself for the perfect pull-up. So you wanna make sure to already have the technique and the form down solid. All right, so there you have it. By jumping to reach the top of your pull-up, you don't have to use all the strength required to be able to perform the concentric portion of the pull-up, but you're still gonna be able to work on your pull-ups with perfect form and build the strength required by repping the negative portion, coming down nice and slow with perfect form for every single jumping pull-up repetition. And of course, as you jump up to the bar with the pull-up, you wanna be directly underneath the pull-up bar, utilizing perfect form in your entire body, keeping it straight and tight, and trying to be as explosive as possible, pulling the bar straight to your chest while maintaining a solid tight grip. And those are the key ingredients and exercises to mastering your first perfect pull-up, as well as increasing your repetitions. And once you can do your first perfect pull-up, I have many routines on how to increase your repetitions. For example, starting off with your one perfect pull-up and doing one wide, shoulder enclosed, building up that strength like we were doing with the Australian pull-ups, every minute on the minute for 15 to 20 minutes until we can do 2 in a row, wide, shoulder enclosed, which equals 6 repetitions consecutively, and so forth. And once you're fatigued and can't do any more pull-ups, you can always just drop down to the next hardest progression, which would be jumping pull-ups. You can do those wide, shoulder enclosed as well. Until you fatigue and can't do those repetitions anymore, you just drop set down the progressions, going to the next hardest progression, which would be the Australian pull-ups, until your arms are completely dead, and then you finally move on to dead hangs and scapular shrugs. That's the best method to increasing your pull-up repetitions and your pulling strength that I've been using for the past 12 years. And during the day, you can also use the grease the groove method, which is just practicing a set of pull-ups multiple times scattered throughout the day, so that with every set, you're not completely fatigued and you can actually practice on your form and explosiveness. But that's basically it. If you follow within the Harrier Pro app, step by step, you're gonna be doing pull-ups like a pro in no time. And that pulling strength is going to transfer over into way more exercises, developing your physique and your ability as an athlete. So if you learned something and enjoyed the video, please smash that like button. I appreciate that so much, and it helps YouTube share my videos to more people out there. So make sure you hit the subscribe button with the bell notifications on right now so that you never miss out on a video. I post every single Thursday, 2 p.m. USA Eastern time. And for more of my content, follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Every single platform, I always do some type of giveaway. So if you want a chance to be a part of that, just make sure you're following, liking, and commenting. And not just to get this workout on your phone and schedule it at any time, but if you want to follow my personal workout routines and workout programs that I've made for myself and for others with specific goals in mind, like burning fat and getting shredded while simultaneously building some lean, solid muscle, then make sure you downloaded the Harrier Pro app in the App Store or Google Play Store, having access to me as a personal trainer anytime, right in your pocket. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have no idea how much I appreciate you. I'm trying to deliver the best videos 2022. So let me know down below if you have any amazing ideas. If it gets enough likes or it's just an amazing idea, then I'm definitely gonna be doing it. So let me know. I'll be down in the comment section below, and I'll see you next Thursday, 2 p.m. USA Eastern time. Mad love and peace out. Smash that like button, guys.